It's when things go hardest, when life becomes most trying, that there is greatest need for having a fixed goal, for having an air castle that the outside world cannot wreck. When few comforts come from without, it's all the more necessary to have a fount to draw from within, and the man or woman who has a star toward which to press cannot be thrown off the course, no matter how the world may try, no matter how far things may seem to be wrong. You know, that's one of the most important reasons for having a long-range goal, the big goal toward which you're working. I say one of the most important reasons because the most important is the fact that you will in all likelihood reach the goal. The trouble with people is not in reaching their serious goals, it's in establishing them. But having a worthwhile goal gives you a reason for picking yourself back up and heading off again. It gives you some place to go. It gives you a reason for getting up in the mornings, especially on those cold, gray, rainy, or snowy mornings. Mornings when you have to mumble to yourself over and over, stay with it. Stay with it. That's when a star toward which to press looks bright and beckoning out there in the murk of the morning, and pretty soon, well, you're on your way again. Later, when things are fine again, you wonder how you could have ever felt so low or even considered giving up for a moment. Without a goal out there somewhere, it would be a simple matter to become an automaton, a cipher, an empty doll-like figure simply going through the motions, getting up, moving through the day, and going to bed again. Having a goal is why some of the unlikeliest seeming people who seem to us to have nothing whatever to bring happiness into their lives, are often the most cheerful people we'll see all day. You can bet that there's a goal there, something held in the heart and seen only in the mind toward which they're moving, something that makes it all wonderful for them. In fact, that's the very definition of happiness. We're happiest when we're moving towards something we want to bring about. The secret is in the two words, moving toward. And this is why we need to reaffirm our goals on a regular basis, why we need to make sure we know what it is we're moving toward. It's when things go hardest, when life becomes most trying, that there's greatest need for having a fixed goal, for having an air castle that the outside world cannot wreck, and the man or woman who has a star toward which to press cannot be thrown off the course. We tend to remember our failures and forget our successes. To become healthier and get rid of self-doubt, we have to turn this around. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, in his book Psycho-Cybernetics, wrote that confidence is built upon an experience of success. When we first begin any undertaking, we're likely to have very little confidence because we haven't learned from experience that we can succeed. This is true of learning to ride a bicycle, speak in public, or perform surgery. It's literally true that success breeds success. Even a small success can be used as a stepping stone to a greater one. We need to form the habit of remembering past successes and forgetting the failures. This is the way both an electronic computer and the human brain are supposed to operate. Practice improves skill and success in basketball, golf, horseshoe pitching, or selling, not because repetition has any value in itself. If it did, we would learn our errors instead of our hits. A person learning to pitch horseshoes, for example, will miss the stake many more times than he'll hit it. If mere repetition were the answer to improved skill, his practice should make him more expert at missing, since that's what he's practiced most. However, although his misses may outnumber hits 10 to 1, through practice, his misses gradually diminish, and his hits come more and more frequently. This is because the computer in his brain remembers and reinforces his successful attempts and forgets the misses. This is the way that both an electronic computer and our own success mechanisms learn to succeed. Yet what do most of us do? We destroy our self-confidence by remembering past failures and forgetting all about past successes. We not only remember failures, we impress them on our minds with emotion. We condemn ourselves. We flay ourselves with shame and remorse, both of which are highly egotistical, self-centered emotions. And self-confidence disappears. So the prescription is to use errors and mistakes as a way to learning, then dismiss them from your mind. Deliberately remember and picture to yourself past successes. Everyone has succeeded sometime at something, especially when beginning a new task. Call up the feelings you experienced in some past success, however small it might have been. Dr. Winfred Overholser, superintendent of St. Elizabeth's Hospital, has said that recalling brave moments is a very sound way to restore belief in yourself. That too many people are prone to let one or two failures blot out all good memories. If we will systematically relive our brave moments in memory, he says, we'll be surprised to see we had more courage than we thought. Dr. Overholser recommends the practice of vividly remembering our past successes and brave moments as an invaluable aid whenever self-confidence is shaken. So there you are, the prescription for getting rid of feelings of self-doubt, the lack of self-confidence. Forget your mistakes, just as you should forget the bad shots you've made on the golf course, and remember your successes. This is the normal, the healthy way to live positively and effectively. A person who lacks confidence in himself is a person who has never really tested his powers. A test, to be valid, must include a whole lot more than one or two tries.